All right, guys, a lot of you have been asking me to take a look at this, you HPC fans. These are a little bit hard to find. I found this one at brocage.com, and they call this the Superior Pick Set. 32 tools in here, and I don't know if that's Brocage's or HPC's catalog number. The reason I chose to get it from Brocage is because they're offering a 15% off right now. So normally this is $59.95, and I bought this one for $51. I put the code on the deals and sale page of the website. So take a look if you're interested in this kit at the end of the review. Leather case, real leather. Inside, they're not really sorted. They're just kind of piled in there, but that doesn't matter. Let's lay them all out and take a close look and see what these 32 pieces can actually consist of. All right, guys, counting the case, there really are 33 pieces to this kit, and it should come as no surprise. We've seen this before on HPC kits. They actually give you some duplicates, but I think they expect you to have one set for your bench and then another thinner handled set to go in your pocket for that everyday carry. It doesn't make a bump in your pocket quite like these handles do. So let's take a look at the tensioners first. There are some duplicates here. And again, I think one of these is probably supposed to go in your everyday carry kit, and the other one stays on your bench. These are what I would categorize. They're long handle, twist, and the thin ones, and they're 0.1 inches thick. That's 2.5 millimeters, and I would say these are the smalls. On the mediums, for some odd reason, you get 3 of the medium widths, and these are short handles, also with a twist. These all 3 are identical. And these measures 0.12 inches, which is 3.2 millimeters in width. So this, I normally refer to these as the medium thickness. Another one you get is a tensioner for a shutter lock. A little washer, just hold those together so you can slide it in the keyway, release it, and it'll hold those shutters out of your way while you reach down in between to pick the lock. It's kind of handy to have. And then these two guys, wafer lock tensioners. I don't know why one is made from stainless steel and the other's spring steel, but you got what you got. Surprisingly, you get both widths. There are 2 widths that these are normally offered in, and you get both of them in this kit. In terms of the picks themselves, let's take a close look. I've got these sorted, so if you see something that lines up, it means you have that on both sides. So in this case, we have 2 of these half diamonds. Now these are spring steel. They measure 20 thousandths of an inch thick, and that kind of leads me to believe this would be more an intermediate pick set, because I think 20,000 is a little bit thin for beginners who tend to be pretty rough with picks and bend them. 20,000s would bend easy, but it's thin enough you can get into those paracentric keyways. So 20 thousandths of an inch. On the handles, you guys have seen these before. Standard HPC fair here. You get just standard steel handles, sandwiched, and then riveted in 2 places. Got the logo right there. I have played with these for about the last 30 minutes. I didn't find any sharp edges while I was playing with them. I was raking some locks. Not bad. In terms of finish, you can see that they do need a little finishing, but that's no surprise, I think. I did finish one just to see. So you have those 2 match up. On this one, we have what I call a medium hook. You get 1 with a handle, and then you get 3 of the same pick without a handle. There are some very tiny differences, but for all practical purposes, I think they're almost identical. I did clean this one up. That's about 3 minutes with some 600 grit sandpaper. I didn't waste a lot of time on it, but it does clean up pretty nice. So about 3 minutes will get you there. So you get 3 of them for your everyday carry kit. Oddly, we kind of reverse here. We get 3 snake rakes with the handle. Now, again, there are slight differences in these. There's just very slight changes in the angle and very slight changes in the size. But the lock, I don't think, would really notice. I'm going to have to categorize these as almost all snake rakes, standard snake rakes. So you get 3 with a handle, and you get 1 without a handle. In terms of snake rakes, you also get this guy. It's instead of a double hump like we normally see with snake rakes, you're going to get 1 hump. Again, I don't think the lock really knows, but it is nice to have options for those smaller keyways. So that's a single hump snake rake, I guess. And then we get these guys, a couple of ball rakes, getting easy to get into wafer locks. I mean, we got the tensioners. We might as well have the perfect rake to get in there. So single, and then we have the snowman or the 8 or the double ball. You also get 3 of these guys. Again, probably one for your bench and a couple to carry in your everyday carry kit. And you guys have seen these before. The multi-purpose tool. It has a kinetic attack tool on one end, and on the other end we have the small half diamond. All these again are 20 thousandths of an inch in thickness. Now I've already talked about all that. I didn't really talk about these because you get these only in the non-handled, the non-laminated handle version. You get an absolutely huge half diamond. So I would probably file this down a little bit, take that tip off of there, and this would become my go-to pick for some dimple locks in my everyday carry kit. You get a medium. Again, I'm holding these up to compare because we have some slight variations here. Top one is the large half diamond, and then we have a medium half diamond, and then we have some variations on the small half diamond. We already had a small half diamond up there, but now we get 2 more, and again they're so similar that I really can't say that they're a different pick. I realize there's different angles on the front of the pick and the rear of the pick. The top one is a little sharper, a little bit taller, but for what we're using it for, I really don't think your lock is going to know that there's any difference between those 2 angles. Moving further down the row here, we have a postal hook, and you guys have seen these before. These are nice, but only for a foundation for a modification. I usually take my postal hooks because I don't pick postal P.O. boxes, and I usually will take part of that off and turn this into just a deep hook. The kit doesn't have a deep hook. It'd be nice to have one. We get a normal short hook, and that's different from these guys up here. It's not quite as deep of a hook, but it's probably the pick you're going to go to most often. And oddly, you don't get one on this side. You have to start out on this side with a medium hook. And then we get some extractors. Again, we got some duplicates, so there's probably 1 extractor for your everyday carry kit and then 1 for your bench. But they are slightly different sizes, so I'm not sure how that is supposed to be played out, quite honestly. I probably would just put both of these in my everyday carry kit, because when you're out and about, that's usually when you run into those broken keys. So I'd probably leave both of these in my everyday carry kit. And then you get this little guy. Really simple design. It's just a piece of brass tube that's been smashed down onto what appears to be a very tiny commercial saw blade. And this dude is really, really sharp. So if you're trying to fight a little piece of broken key out of that keyway, this is a pretty good tool to do that with. I've used these and they work great. Pretty cheap, easy to use, and easy to replace if you end up breaking it off. All right, there's everything you get. It does work out to be everything they say it is. $51 with that 15% off. If you're an intermediate picker, you're looking for a dual kit, in other words, a bench, picks to go on your bench, and then a bunch of picks to go in your everyday carry kit. It's probably a pretty good deal, but I think I would like to make this one just a little bit better. And the way I do that, I would probably add in one of these. This is a DeForest diamond. This one happens to be stainless steel, but I really like these in terms of reaching those very high cut pins. This is just, for me at least, this is one of the perfect tools. Better even than modifying this down to a deep hook. So we're going to throw that guy in. The other thing I would throw in, these are all fairly wide tips if you take a close look at these. So for wide pins, and if you got really small pins like you find on American locks or you find on some master locks, I would get some smaller tipped picks. And so I'm going to throw these 2 guys in. Now I'm probably going to get this wrong, but let me look close before I make up my mind. All right, I'm going to throw in the top one. It's a Tron. Try not to make that mistake twice. Brand new from Sparrows. And then the bottom one is the Attila, a pick I use all the time on really small pin locks. Those tiny little tips really let you get up inside of there. And there's enough of a rise on this. I would consider both of these to be, that'd probably be a medium hook, and that might even be a deep hook. So very useful picks. I'm going to throw both of those into this kit. And even though there's a great assortment of rakes in here, let's face it, no kit's complete without a couple of Bogotas. And so I'm going to throw a couple of those in. On the top, the standard Bogota or triple peak, and on the bottom, his brother, the worm pick. Both of these are from Sparrows. This guy here is 15 thousandths thick, and this one is 25 thousandths thick. So there you go, guys. That's going to be the giveaway this week. And then if you want it, all you got to do, go to that website. In the middle of the page, hit that big purple button. Click it, and you can register to win. Maybe next Saturday you'll be the lucky winner of this, well, 37 plus piece pick set from HPC. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Stay safe Daily Eagle. You know what, guys? It occurred to me on this pick set, all we have are top of the keyway tensioners. To fully round out this kit, I'm going to throw one of these into. It's a 5-piece top of the keyway tension kit, again from Sparrow. So that now is the newest giveaway. Thanks, guys.